Former President Trump's and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis warming up to one another. Their years-long chill could be thawing this spring after a private meeting held in Miami on Sunday. Joining me now for analysis of the move is advisor to Governor Ron DeSantis, Robert Salvador. Good to have you on the show, Robert.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, as an advisor to the Florida governor, what do you know about the recent meeting between him and Trump?
Sure. Well, obviously they met to discuss, how fundraising help can happen, how the governor can use, some of his support to help to drum up, fundraising as well as voter outreach support for former President Trump. I think there's been a lot of made online with some of this infighting and maybe making things seem more serious between former President Trump and Governor DeSantis, than they really were. So they met to kind of call it bury the hatchet, to talk about how to do what's best for America, push forward, good Republican conservative policies, both at the top of the ballot and down ballot. So it was my understanding they had a good meeting and agreed that they were going to work together for the best of the American people.
Now, was this meeting expected, or should we be surprised by the fact that it happened?
I think the meeting itself may have took some people by surprise, but if you look at least on Governor DeSantis' side and, former President Trump's side, it shouldn't be surprising. Governor DeSantis has fully endorsed President Trump, after dropping out of the primary race. He's been clear that he thinks Trump is way better than Biden and more important to get in the White House. And he also said a few weeks ago at a donor retreat and a feedback session that they were planning to fundraise for Trump. So I think both sides did expect this, although the timing of the meeting may not have been planned. As you saw, Governor DeSantis and former President Trump have very similar network and support. And, one of those big supporters may have reached out to both of them and said, hey, let's have a sit down here. Let's figure out how we can do what's best for America, both short term, getting former President Trump back in the White House, and hopefully long term, following that up with, maybe 8 years of Ron DeSantis in the White House. So overall, I think it was a good decision, and maybe people are surprised, but I don't think people should be that surprised by it.